Shalom, shalom. In this video, we're going to finish part 2 of our topic, Who is Esau? Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you thought that this video was truthful. This video will be discussing whether Esau married white leprous Canaanites. So before I begin, Proverbs 18:13 says, "He that answereth a matter before he hears it, it is folly and shame unto him." So before anyone gets angry without hearing the whole matter of this video, let's make sure that we're walking in the correct ruach or spirit. Please take notes so that you can write down scriptures and responses. We love to get scriptural responses. They force us to study more. And with that being said, let's get to it. Number 1. Esau married a white leprous Canaanite. I've heard that due to Esau marrying a leprous woman, it made all of his children white. So I have a question. Where are the indigenous white people of Africa? I'm sure a lot would say that I'm out of my mind. They don't originate from there. If people are going to say that Esau married a leper, then that made all of his descendants white, then that would mean that white people originated from Canaan. Hence, isn't it their land? That is, if all the Canaanites weren't destroyed according to Scripture. So what popped in my head immediately, whenever I hear a lot of claims like this, is not only was Esau dead before this conversation with Moses, we have to look at the context of the conversation about leprosy. So what I'll do is I'll lay a little grounding about Esau and his wives. We'll start at Genesis 28. And verse 6 reads, "When Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob, and sent him away to Padanaram to take him a wife from thence, and that as he blessed him gave him a charge, saying, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan, and that Jacob obeyed his father and his mother, and was gone to Padanaram, and Esau, seeing that the daughters of Canaan pleased not Isaac his father, then went unto Ishmael, and took unto the wives which he had Mahalath, the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son, the sister of Nebajoth, to be his wife." So right off, already from Genesis 28, we see that Esau was looking at his brother getting blessed by his father, and sent to Padanaram to find a wife. So Esau saw that it didn't please his parents, his father and mother, to go with a Canaanite woman. But let's go to Genesis 36 and verse 1. And it reads, "Now these are the generations of Esau, who was Edom. Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan." Wow. Ada, the daughter of Elam, the Hittite. Remember that. And Aholibamah, the daughter of Anna, the daughter of Zibeon, the Hivite. Remember that. And Basemath, Ishmael's daughter, sister of Nebajoth. Now the reason why I said remember that is in Genesis 15 we see where the Most High is telling Abraham the landmass that he's going to be Baruch with or blessed with. And in Genesis 15, in the KJV, verse 19, it reads, "The Kenites and the Kenizzites and the Cadmonites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Rephaims and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Girgashites and the Jebusites." So we see here that only the Hittites were the people that Abraham was supposed to take over. So one of his sons or one of his grandchildren married a Hittite, which would carry on the Hittite lineage in a sense. But the Hivites are not there, so maybe he's clear with that, at least until you go to the Septuagint. And in verse 19, we'll go down to verse 21 of chapter 15 in Genesis. And it reads, "And the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Ivites or the Hittites, the Girgashites and the Jebusites." So we see that two of his children were supposed to be destroyed. He wasn't supposed to go to Canaan to get children, just like his brother. So I can say that's one issue that Esau possibly knew, that he brought on himself or brought on his own children. He went and got wives of the children that he knew was supposed to be an inheritance to his children, or to his line. So this is what Deuteronomy 20 says in verse 16. But of the cities of these people, which Yah your Elohim doeth give thee for an inheritance, thou shalt save alive nothing that breatheth, but thou shalt utterly destroy them, namely the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, as Yah your Elohim hath commanded thee, that they teach you not to do after all their abominations, which they have done unto their Elohim. So ye shall sin against Yah your Elohim. So in a sense, it seems like Esau more than likely already knew this via Abraham, which is why Abraham told his children not to go to the Canaanites, or told his chosen son not to go to the Canaanites, and then his son told him not to go to the Canaanites. But granted, nobody told Esau, but Esau heard. But just to stay on topic, in Leviticus 13, it explains about the leper. What to do, how to spot a leper. And lastly, Leviticus 14, in verse 33. And it reads, And Yah spake unto Moses and unto Aharon, saying, When ye be come into the land of Canaan, which I give unto you for a possession, and I put the plague of leprosy in a house, and Yah spake unto Moses and unto Aharon, saying, When ye be come into the land of Canaan, which I give to you for a possession, and I put the plague of leprosy in a house of the land of your possession, and he that owneth the house shall come and tell the priest, saying, It seemeth to me that there is a plague in the house. And then the priest shall command that they empty the house before the priest go into it to see the plague, that all that is in the house be not made unclean, and afterwards the priest shall go in to see the house. Now, one thing that I think that definitely should be noticed within these three scriptures is there was 5 times where it said house, and 0 times where it says body of a man, or a man having leprosy. Leviticus 13 covered that already. So, what people saying that Esau had leprosy, or Esau's wives had leprosy, and because everybody in Canaan had leprosy, is not factual, is not scriptural. We see that in this scripture, in the context of what it's saying, it says house, 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 house. It's talking about a land. That's why it says you take out a block. And then if the house is still unclean, then you just condemn the house. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below what you think on leprosy and what you think on this topic. Shalom.